Okay. Can you hear me, Christian? Okay.
Yes, I can.
Good.
I'll mute
Okay.
myself again.
Thank you. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to the security stream. Apologies for the delay. We had one or two technical issues whilst we were getting set up, but they're resolved now, which is great. So yeah, welcome back to the security stream of the GSE conference. I'm going to keep this really brief. So this is session 4BD. It gives me great pleasure to hand you over to Christian Koraki, who's by no means a stranger to GSE UK region. He's done presentations for us before, and this time it's from a Linux approach. And if you're running Linux on Z, or planning to in the future, or you're running Linux at home or somewhere else in the enterprise, I'm sure this will be of interest to you. So without further ado, take the stage, sir. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. Hopefully you can hear and see me properly. Apologies for this, as I've run into some technical issues. It looks like I have some hardware problems, but this is another story. So yes, welcome to I Smell a Rat, a Linux forensic approach. I will start with the GSE charity. So please donate what you can if you want to. And let's get into this one. A little bit of background about myself. I started many years ago in computers. My first computer had some sort of 124 or 250 kilobytes of memory, and it was composed from, it has a keyboard with 40 keys on it, three different functions for each key, a TV set, and a cassette player. The cassette player was used to load the programs. Some point I moved into PCs. I was quite specialized in data recovery. So, but on the side, I developed a passion for forensic science. So I was lucky enough to befriend one of the best criminal forensic prosecutors, and he showed me the ropes of how to collect fingerprints, how to evidentiate fingerprints, footprints, stuff like this. And at some point, I received a phone call from a company asking me to come and help them because they lost a really important partition on their server. Went there, it was a misconfiguration on the server, resolved that. But while I was testing the workstations, if they can connect to the server, it was a Windows NT4 with Windows 98, perfect combination, Windows 98 workstations. I noticed that one of the workstations failed to connect. So while I was running services, looking into services, I noticed there a software keylogger. Looks like the operator wanted to harvest, this was his side of story, he wanted to harvest the password for internet access. So I decided there and then that obviously smelling zeros and ones is by far much more attractive than smelling blood spots and dead bodies. So I shifted to a career in digital forensics. And thus here I am 20-something years later telling you stories from the binary world. But let's start with the beginning. What is a digital forensic investigation? A digital forensic investigation is the gathering and analysis of digital information in an authentic, accurate, and complete form for presentation as evidence in a civil proceeding or a court of law. Now, the digital forensics and electronic discovery process includes information developed from documents, communications or emails, databases, or proprietary applications and data. Where is this used? In today's world, we are facing a lot of investigations which might be considered as criminal in nature, and this includes identity theft, telecommunications fraud like cell phone abuse, cell phone cloning, or connection to a cell phone without proper, I don't know, subscription or something. Online auction fraud like eBay or Amazon, using somebody else's account or somebody else's credentials or credit card. Trafficking in contraband like child porn, or I don't know, software piracy, film piracy, DVD piracy, you name it. Network intrusions like hacks, external hacks that results in resource damages. Cyber threats like email harassment or ransomware. And obviously the main reason why are you here listening to me now is pirating of intellectual property. Excuse me. So how can you lose your intellectual property? That precious data there, your research, your customer database. Well, if you're working in the defense industry, you can lose it due to espionage. Otherwise, you can use it due to external hacks. Human negligence is not, you're reading all the time on the news or on the blogs or newspapers on the internet that researchers found that Amazon bucket left unprotected, the other Elasticsearch database unprotected, and stuff like this. And you can lose it, most importantly, due to leaks fueled by insiders. And this will be the focus of my presentation. Now, when it comes to insiders, the cybersecurity literature acknowledges three main types. And these are the inadvertent one, or the innocent one, if you want. Thank you very much, John Krosnow, for your images. It's an employee, contractor, or business partner who has access to an organization's network systems or data. They have little or no security training or awareness, and therefore they cause harm without malicious intent. What I mean by that is they're clicking that phishing email, or they fall victim to social engineering or whatever, let's say, innocent causes. Another type is the negligent one. This one has cybersecurity training and awareness, but is overconfident. And therefore, they cause harm by making errors or disregarding organizations' policies. So their way of thinking is, oh, I know about this, they cannot catch me. They click that link, or they open that PDF or Word document or whatever, and here it is, surprise, a virus, a worm, ransomware, or whatever. But the most dangerous one for your organization is the malicious one. This one can be a whistleblower, and perhaps the most famous one is Edward Snowden. It can be a disgruntled employee like Martin Tripp, who went on the internet and said that a certain type of batteries that equip Tesla cars are dangerous. But according to Elon Musk and Tesla, he was only a technician who was refused promotion. Can be a job leaver. So somebody who's leaving the job, I don't know, retiring, or has been fired or made redundant or found a better position, but he says, okay, let's take some secrets with me. And they cause intentional harm to your organization by stealing your data. So we step into Hollywood a little bit and we'll see who are the characters and what the scenario is. We have the good. These are all the honest employees. Now, for the purpose of this slide alone, I will be the bad, the inside. After this slide, I will become the ugly, and I will show you what will happen to your data, and most importantly, how is this possible? So, let's say that I am an insider. I want your data, but I am the regular Mr. Smith. I don't have special privileges or anything. And therefore, I need special privileges. So what can I do? In the first instance, I will buy one of those hardware keyloggers and attach it to my keyboard. After that, I will ask the sysadmin, who might be Jamie, John, Mark, or whoever, to come and perform a legitimate action on my workstation. This legitimate action might be, for example, installing a new piece of software or giving me access to a certain resource on the server, or whatever is legitimate, so I don't raise any sort of suspicions. After that, with the sysadmin credentials, I'm going to, let's say, the canteen of the organization, and I'm using one of the computers there, or maybe I'm waiting for someone to vacate the cubicle and using his workstation. I'm accessing the server, in this case the mainframe, and using the sysadmin credentials, I will create a John Smith or a John Doe account, if you want, with special privileges. How can I do this? Because I already have special, using a special account, I can create another special account, obviously. And from now on, the gate is open. I can harvest whatever I want from there. Now, I almost hear you saying, yes, but we're using multi-factor authentication. Okay, I have a surprise for you. Have a look here. That MFA is not as secure as you think. This is a very interesting reading. It's not rocket science. It's the techniques described here were performed, and the most expensive piece of hardware cost you $100. So if you want this, you have my contact details. Email me. I'll be happy to share this with you. Right. So let's say, how is it possible to steal your data? There are many opportunities, few hundreds of them. And one of them is, oh, sorry. First and foremost, let's listen to the tales from the dark side. I forgot about this slide. My bad. And about this one, I have to caution you, obviously, that all data are fictitious. There are no similarities, or if there are similarities with a real person, it's a pure coincidence. And obviously, do not try to use personal or bank details shown. They are randomly generated and not real. So base 64 encoding. Base 64 was around since email started. And it has been used to encode binary data in email messages where the email server might modify line endings. Basically what happened in the old days, you were sending an email as a text, you press enter to enter a new line, send the email, and that code for the end of line, it's 10, 10. But some of the readers misinterpreted it as binaries 1 and 0 instead of the digit 10. So therefore, all sorts of funny things happened with the text with the text formatting. So this is how base64 encoding appeared. It is used today, still in use in digital certificates. And although we are, and you are on a mainframe environment and your certificates are encoding using EBCDIC, when these certificates are leaving your mainframe environment, they have to be decoded in plain text and then re-encoded in base64 and sent away. If you will download a certificate from, I don't know, Google or Certificate Authority or whatever, excuse me, you'll see that it's encoded using base64. Nowadays, it's also used to embed image data directly into the HTML source code of a web page or an email body. So it's most suitable for small amounts of data, and you will see very shortly why. So let's have a little bit of fun here. Right, we have here, as you can see, an email that's reads as, hello, the address for the party is something. Right, nothing fishy. But if you look at it, it's a little bit big or fat, if you want. To offer you the reference, same email is 1 kilobyte, same text. So what's wrong with this one? Apparently nothing. But here your insider used base64 encoding to conceal the text into the body of the message. Now what happens is an email client, whether it's Thunderbird, Outlook, Express, or whatever client, will usually display only the header and the footer of the email and will totally ignore the body. Therefore, inside the body of the email, you can put all sorts of funny things. So if we click on more and we ask to view the source, you have here, as you can see, base64, cyborg.txt, and then we have a cyborg1.txt, sorry. There are two text messages. Right. If we select all this and put it into an email decoder, sorry, it will take too long, so I will show you directly what I'm meaning. So let's go here. Oh, it's not here, sorry. My bad. It's here. Yeah, again, we're playing funny. Welcome to technology. Okay, right, force quit. So if we select all the text, we copy it and stick it into a decoder. Let's do this the easy way. Okay. Oh, sorry. Here. Paste and decode. Yeah, somehow it's not working. Again, as I said, technology. The idea is that it was this image. This was one of the images, and the other one is this one. So your insider went into your research and development department and took these two images, stick them into the body of the email and send them away to someone. Now, of course, you can have protections in place like, I don't know, DLP or CM software, which will trigger an alert if an email is beyond a certain threshold in size. So this one, which is 587 kilobytes, will most likely trigger an alarm. So what your insider can do is to split the email into more manageable sizes. Again, the same email, and again, it's really innocent. But inside the body, we have a base 64 part 1. And this part 1, it's only one line of text. And as you can see, the resulting email is 1.3 kilobytes. Absolutely nothing fishy with this one. Basically, what happened here, he took this part of text, stick it into the body of email, then he took the next part of text, stick it into part 2, and so on and so forth. So here might be, I don't know, 10, 15, 100, 1,000, sorry, 1,000 parts to this email, all of them in this small sizes, so no alarm will be triggered. Obviously, another alarm that might be triggered is serial emails going to the same email address. But this is not a problem because, as you know, it takes you less than 5 minutes to set up an email address, and it's free, and plenty of servers. So a bad actor can set up, let's say, 20, 30, 40 email addresses, and then send this to all these email addresses, then download them, put them together, and we have, again, the entire email and the resulting data that have been stolen from you. Okay, let's move a little bit forward. Now, a very, very dangerous method is file embedding. And by this, I mean that we can leak huge amounts of data in apparently inoffensive files. Obviously, the technique consists of embedding a file into another one, and the resulting file will not give away the hidden content unless you have advanced knowledge about properties of different file types. So let's have a bit of fun with this one. Okay. We have here a document, a Word document, yeah? Let's close this one. So let's open it. As you can see, it's something. It's part of one of my projects. There are some images here embedded. If we select them and we try to ungroup them to see if there is anything fishy underneath, you can see there is nothing, nowhere. But let's count them. 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. Okie dokie. 10 images. Nothing fishy. Right. Have a look at the size. It's 1.8 megabytes. Well, pretty normal, I would say. Let's have a look at this one, 4.8 megabytes. Is exactly the same thing. Again, nothing fishy here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10 images. So where is the difference in size? As I said, a bad actor with advanced knowledge about different types of file systems can do the following. Rename this as a zip. And if you extract it, you will find out that it's very possible to do it. Why is that? Because any Office file, whether it is a Word document or an Excel spreadsheet or a PowerPoint presentation or a Visio or whatever, and regardless of the version of Office in which it has been created, is essentially a zip archive. And therefore, if you change the extension of this file to zip, you can use a zip extractor like WinZip or WinRAR or whatever and extract the content of it. So let's have a look into the media folder. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20 images. How come we have only 10? So as you can see, your precious research has been sneaked out using a normal Word document very easily. How was that possible? I will demonstrate it. So let's go back here. No, sorry, here. Right. Let's delete these two. And let's play a little bit. So we rename this as a zip. We extract them here. And now we delete this zip because we don't need it. So again, we have this one in the media 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, now we take our images, copy them, we go here and paste. So we have 20 images. We go out from here and we create the archive, compress as a zip, and let's say that is new. We create the archive. We delete all of this. We don't need them anymore. And we rename it. Right. As you can see, it's working. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Nothing more. So this is how you can lose not only blueprints or whatever, but important files as well. most importantly, your DLP software won't make a sound. Right. Another very nice technique is leaking data through spreadsheets. As you can see, this one is empty, but it's 143 kilobytes. So how come? Let's have a look. It's nothing hidden. Okay, but then how come we still have 100-something kilobytes? We do the same thing with this one. So we rename it as a zip. We extract data. And under content, we can see that we have sheet 2 XML, and we have sheet 1, we have sheet 2, and we have sheet 3. Right. So what happened then? Well, this comes from Excel. It was some sort of, let's say, I don't know what the guys at Microsoft thought about this when they implemented this, let's say, feature. So what happens is you can have multiple sheets, and you can play with them using the Visual Basic engine, which comes with Microsoft Office. So we have sheet 1, as you can see under properties, it is visible. We have sheet 2. We set this one to very hidden. I know it sounds funny. Unfortunately, it is not, believe me. And we set sheet 3 to hidden. We close the editor, and we have only one sheet. Now, if you right-click and select unhide, we have only sheet 3 here. And this is because, as I said, with this very hidden property, you cannot see, or you cannot normally unhide a sheet which is very hidden. So if you want now sheet 2, you need to invoke the Visual Basic Engine again and change its properties, well, to visible, for example. And here we go. We have again three sheets. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay, so this is it. Unfortunately, I've run yesterday into some really bad problems, and what I had, it has been lost. So I have to rush this a little bit. It's not me, as you know me, but do you have any questions?
I think we've got one question there, Christian. It says it's the Wizard of ZOS. Says that base 64 in the male, isn't that detected by male scanners or from the evil point of view? Do you circumvent the male scanners to not see that data?
No, they don't see it, because when your email leaves your inbox, it will be automatically base 64 encoded altogether. Any other questions?
Yeah, post your questions in the chat, folks, and I can always unmute your line if you've got a question. Don't be afraid to come forward.
I know it sounds scary. It is, unfortunately. It is.
What do we do to be saved? What to do to be safe? Safe, I think you meant to say.
You can attend more of my sessions and start to learn. Now, it's not my intention to scare you. My intention is to show you what can happen. And why is that? This is because a forensic investigation can easily cost you in excess of 100 grand. Easily. So now, because you are aware of this, if you suspect, as I said last year in the conference, if you suspect it, check it. If you have suspicions that one or more of your employees are going behind your back, or I don't know, you can check. You can check them. Or at least you can ask me or one of my peers to come in and check it for you. But the difference is that instead of us being there for, say, 2 or 3 weeks and up your bill, because we have to investigate, I don't know, say 100, 150, 200, 300 computers, you can pinpoint us, that guy or the other one, or all 3 of them. Saves time for us and saves money for you as well. If you're not sure, you better come. You better ask somebody to come, me or whoever. But we're not coming cheap, unfortunately. This is the downside of it.
Another point from the Wizard of Oz, he says, just to, or it could be a lady, sorry, just to recheck. So that example email will just be received as sent and the hidden content is not seen by the scanners, or is it?
Exactly. It will be shown as sent and your scanners won't even see it. If you want, send me an email. I can attach it to you and you can test it if you want.
That fills me with some scary thoughts. Andrew, hi Andrew, nice to see you again. So he says, how did you get in the Visual Basic Editor within Excel?
Yes, yeah, it's easy. It comes shipped. It comes by default. Once that you install Microsoft Office, whether it is for Windows or Mac, it comes with it. It comes shipped with it. Otherwise, you cannot create macros. So that's the idea. But the editor comes shipped with the Microsoft Office suite. So it's there by default.
Okay. Now the Wizard of Oz has just revealed his identity. Hello, Henrik. Okay. The Wizard of Oz, sorry, Henrik says, I'm asking for a friend when I send an .exe file to someone in the enterprise, says non-allowed content by base 64 encoding that way. I could embed it?
Yes, you can embed it. You can try to embed it. The only problem is that an executable, it's already coded. And on the other hand, most of the emails nowadays, email clients tend to reject the executables just because of malware, Trojans, you name it, viruses and stuff like this. So usually they will discard these emails. Another you can do, well, there is a workaround if you want. You can rename it as a zip. Just rename it as a zip and try like that. It might work. It might not work.
Okay. Any more questions for Christian? I think you frightened them all, Christian.
Okay,
no,
then.
Yeah, but no, thank you so much for taking the time to prepare it. Oh, you know, that brings back some memories. So take it away, Christian, your feedback.
Yep. Yes, there it is.
Yep, so don't forget to leave feedback. Oh, Christian, could you just go on mute for a moment? Sorry.
Sorry?
Can you just
yes,
for a moment,
sorry.
bit of feedback?
Yeah, 2 seconds.
That's great. Yeah, so don't forget to leave your feedback, ladies and gentlemen. That session 4BD, you can use the QR code there, or you can use the link. Just go to Christian's session on the agenda, click on that, and then scroll to the bottom to give feedback. Remember that for the first answer, the best answer is 5, and then for the remaining questions, the best answer to give is 9. And don't forget the charity as well. Also, the Virgin Money Giving. You can also click on anywhere on the agenda, and you look for the Virgin Money Giving logo, and that will take you to the page where you can donate. So thank you, Christian. I know you had a bit of a challenging start with the technology.
Yeah, as you can witness just before starting. It's a nightmare.
Yes, yeah, I know. It's always the same with demos and things, isn't it? It's, something will somewhere go wrong, unfortunately. I remember it well.
Yeah, and it's going wrong exactly when you need it most.
Yes.
When you are in a situation like mine, you have to present something, and obviously it's not working.
I know. Okay, thank you. Okay, ladies and gents, so we've got a break coming up for 30 minutes. So we'll be back here at 3 o'clock on the security stream, where Wai Choi will come and talk to us about that thorny issue for some of us around getting digital certificates to work, and how to troubleshoot that. So please do join us for it. Just a quick reminder that the conference actually doesn't finish until 6 o'clock, because we've got a keynote from Mark Wilson, who's going to do a conference wrap up and close. So please do stick around to the end of the day if you can. Also, another reminder that any feedback that you've got from previous sessions, please do get those keyed in as soon as possible, because as we get towards the end of the conference, we start collecting all the data in preparation to determine who won the best speaker and best user speaker award. So if you can do that as soon as possible, if you've got a backlog, try and get those in as soon as you can. And finally, a quick reminder that the next GSE Security Working Group meeting is going to be on the 4th of February. And we've decided that due to the ongoing situation with COVID-19, that we're going to have that fully virtual. So that will take place, be hosted out of the UK again for the 4th of February over Zoom. So if you've got a presentation, that you would like to give for that, please do send me an email. And as I said in previous session, we're particularly keen to hear from user speakers as well, because everybody loves to hear, sort of good stories from the from the ground, as it were. So don't be shy. Send your proposal to me. All I need is basically a session, abstract and a session title, and then I'll get in contact with you. So thank you very much. But thanks once again. Thanks for sticking with us. Sorry for the slight delay in getting in, and thank you, Christian. Well done. And we'll see you all on the next session. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye.